Hey guys, so today I'm going to scrapbook this photo of my husband and my nephew Eli, and Eli gives the best hugs. He just hugs you with his whole body, and I just wanted to document that. So I'm using this background paper. Most of the products I'm using on this layout came from the Scraptastic kit for July of 2013. That background paper is, let me see if I can find it. I believe it's called Fancy Pants Wonderful Day Swell. It's either that one or Memories Captured or This Way. All of the, yeah, I didn't document which one I used for the background and which one I didn't, but all of the papers, the pattern papers I'm using on this layout are from Fancy Pants. So this is some chalkboard tape that came in the kit. So I'm using that to frame out my main portion of the layout, where that diagonal stripe is, and there's the photo I'm going to use, and I'm going to mat that with black cardstock to pull that black from the border out. I think that's what I'm going to do. Well, I'm going to work around with some other pattern papers first. I'm going to use that arrow paper, and I'm just going to lay out some layers to get it to where I want it. I'm using, I also have the Project Life kit from July 2013 from Scraptastic, so I'm using up some of the cards that came with that, and so I'm using that arrow. This is Ormaloo. They're exclusive to the Scraptastic kit, so those cards and things came from that kit. One of them says, "Keep this moment forever." The other one, as you can read, says, "Lovely." Right now I'm looking for some washi tape that I'm going to use to back that Life is Good die cut, because I want to bring color through it. I don't want it to sit on those two different patterns of paper, the arrows and the, well, I'm gonna try mists first. Oh, right. I'm gonna mist the Life is Good because I don't want it to be white on this layout. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm going to use my heat tool to dry it up. And this is the die cut came from the Scraptastic kit. You get exclusive die cuts every month with the kits. So that thing that says Life is Good came from that. And then here, do I do it here? I figure out. I'm not sure. Yep, there we go. I decide that I want to mat that. So I'm just going to put it down on this black cardstock, and then I'm going to mat it. I'm going to fight with my trimmer first. I think I need to buy a new one. I think this one's about shot. I really want like that. My mother-in-law bought me gave me one of those huge guillotine trimmers, but I don't have space on my desk to keep it out. I really like guillotine trimmers better. I've decided that the outline of this layout, it's very plain, the background paper with all that text. So I decided that I was going to outline all of the papers. So I'm just going to use my Tim Holtz design ruler to do that. I'm going to go around the outside of the main pattern paper that I'll be using. I'll be outlining the inner pattern paper and then also the background paper. And if I wasn't in a rush to get all these videos up before I leave for vacation, I would have cut all this out. So I apologize for that. Because you're going to watch it all. I absolutely forgot when I sat down and started editing this that I did this. So I've tried to get better about deleting stuff that I need to stop putting my head in the camera when I haven't done my hair. I need to I've been doing a better job of deleting this stuff that, you guys know how to outline a paper. I don't need to tell you that. Here, I think, is where I'm going to realize that I need to back this die cut with something. Or I thought, geez, oh, Pete's. At some point, it's going to happen, I promise. I'm going to outline this die cut as well, just to give some continuity to the layout. I have 4 more videos to narrate before I leave for vacation, and then one will go up every day while I'm on vacation. So I'm trying to hurry through it. I'm gonna put that loving. I cut that off of a 3x4 card. I just wanted that word. And I also cut that where that arrow is that says keep this moment forever. These are the thickers that came in the kit. They are, what are they called? They're Basics in Aqua. And I'm going to title this layout The Best Hugs. And Tracy mentioned this, Mercy Tierra mentioned this in one of her last videos, that these new thickers are pretty hard to get off of the backing sheet, and she's absolutely right. I'm glad that I watched her video and she pointed that out, because It's pretty tough getting them off of there, and I could have easily ripped them if I hadn't been aware that that might happen. So very thankful for her pointing that out. I swear to you guys, at some point I'm going to realize that this Life is Good thing needs to be backed with washi tape. I just don't know where. I'm just looking through the rest of the papers to see if there's a paper I want to back it with. This is the Studio Calico kit. And again, I'm looking for papers that I might be able to back that Life is Good die cut with, so that it's not overlapping 3 or 4 different pattern papers and you get all. Sometimes that works, behind a die cut, but I didn't particularly like what the layers would have looked like behind it on this layout, so I'm going to find something else. And here I'm going to play with this. I don't know how to do this. I'm going to have to practice. I've never backed a die cut with washi tape before, and so I'm not sure what the best way to do this is. So I'm gonna mess around with this for a little bit. It's gonna take a minute. If you hear humming in the background, that's my nephew, Mason. He's with me today. He and his sister, they're going on vacation with me. So now I'm just gonna give up and trim this all off. I was getting frustrated with this whole thing. I'm gonna slide it up underneath the photo there. Good, finally. And you really can't see where the seam is, where the two pieces of washi tape overlap. So I was quite happy with that once I figured out how to get it off of my mat. I should have used my non-stick sheet and put it down on that and not my craft mat, but oh well, we live and learn. I'm going to use this arrow that came off of another. I'm not worried that part of the arrowhead on that last arrow is sticking there because I know I'm going to use a flare there. The flare says True Story. It's Ormolu exclusive. That tag, that I think everything on this layout, except for the mist that I used and the washi tape, are from the Scraptastic kit. I'm pretty sure. I'm going to put this flare up on some dimensional adhesive and then put that down in the lower right hand corner. I thought about using that floral flare, but then there's 2 men in the photo, so I didn't want to use that. So I'm going to use this one that says yes, and it brings that black up. And then the reason I pulled all these sequins out because the challenge for the Scraptastic 3rd year anniversary was to use confetti. And the design team member who did the confetti challenge layout was absolutely great. I mean, she die cut a piece and then put confetti all behind it. It was fantastic, but I didn't have the time or the patience. Although in thinking about how long it took me to put this confetti these sequins down where I wanted them, it may have taken less time, I have no idea, but I didn't really want to go with that look for this layout. But the inspiration for this layout with the sequins thrown down to look kind of like confetti definitely came from that that Scraptastic challenge. So here I'm going to lay all of these sequins down where I want them, and I'm just using the colors that I think match my layout. And there's some black in there too, but I didn't use them because they had like a purplish kind of undertone. And I don't have that much I don't have any purple in this layout, so I didn't really like how the black ones look. So I'm going to use the lighter ones, and I'm going to lay them all out here, and then I'm going to pick them up and toss them down to try to get them to look random. And then I'm just going to give up and put them all down. And again, this is obviously something that I could have cut out if I wasn't. It's funny, I'm taking more time to narrate a video because I didn't cut things out because I'm in a rush to get these things done. So it's, it is what it is. I'm waiting for my laundry to get done. I can't pack until the laundry's done. I bought my husband some new clothes for vacation, and he won't wear his clothes unless you wash them first. New clothes, he won't wear them unless you wash them first, so I have to wash them all. So I'm waiting for that laundry to get done. And then someone used my nephew's beach towel as a bath towel, so I have to wash that as well. So vacations, sometimes they're not the most relaxing things in the world. I think staycations would be much more relaxing. You don't have to pack. You don't have to worry about how everything's going to fit in the car. There's just some randomness of my day for you. You've probably given up and aren't listening anymore, which I completely understand, but I don't know how to fill the time by telling you I'm going to lift all of these sequins up with my tweezers and put them down with this Scotch adhesive. And I'm going to continue to do that until it's all finished. I mean, you guys can see it. I mean, you know what I'm doing. I don't need to tell you. Goodness. I do find using my tweezers to make this much easier. Except for that little part, I got glue on my tweezers, so it got a little hard to. It wouldn't let go. And then I'm feeling the balance is a little bit off. I'm going to do my journaling, but then I'm going to feel like the balance is a little bit off for that title and that washi tape that I used in that aqua color. So I'm going to take some I'm going to take some wood veneer. I'm going to take a wood veneer and I'm going to cover it with that same washi tape and put it in that empty space there below the sequins on the left. And then I realized that I probably shouldn't have put down those other two wood veneers without putting washi tape on them. So to combat that problem, I'm sorry it's a little bit off frame here. I'm just covering a piece of wood veneer, a wood veneer heart with washi tape and trying to figure out the best way to do it. And I'm gonna tear it all off and start again because obviously my first try wasn't the best way to do it. But after I do this, I realized that it would look really cool if I had done those hearts on the other side of the layout in that same aqua washi tape. So I'm going to take some ink out in a little bit. I'm getting ahead of myself, but I'm going to take some ink out in a little bit and ink up those hearts, but it's still not going to turn out quite as well as I would have liked if had I thought about this at first. Just scatter a couple of more sequins so they're not just concentrated in that upper left-hand corner. I'm going to put the date here using a... Who makes that pen? And here's the final layout, but you can see where I used the ink on those two hearts on the right side. And that ink is made by, I know that I wrote it down. It's a Sakura Jelly Roll pen in white. So that's the final layout for today. It's the only layout for today. That's the final look at this layout for today. And if you have any questions or comments, leave them below. I probably won't get back to them until I get back from vacation, but I do appreciate every comment that you guys leave. And I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.